And welcome back, Interior Alaska. We're here with your latest local action. This was a very exciting weekend for high school sports. Football season is now underway. The Monroe Catholic Rams took on the Seward Seahawks this afternoon at the Big Dipper. The Rams got on the scoreboard several times early in the game. A 45-yard QB keep touchdown put them at 13-0 early on. Seward would score soon after in the second quarter and make the conversion, cutting the deficit just to 5. The first half primarily featured rushing plays, making for a gritty battle, but after the break, both teams began to air out the ball. Defenses recovered a number of fumbles, stealing possessions back and forth during critical goal line stands. The Rams continued to spread out the points, bringing the final score to 20-8. Monroe Catholic will play again next Saturday in Homer. And Alaska was the first of any state to start regular season football, and our cameras were there yesterday to capture the first evening of official action under the Friday night lights.
The Allison Ravens went into Friday night the defending small school state champions. The squad matched up against the Thunder Mountain Falcons, and the Ravens found the end zone early. After a defensive drive that forced the Falcons to go 3 and out during their first possession, Allison junior quarterback Antonio Griffith threw a 61-yard touchdown pass on his first snap of the night.
Yeah, that was good. It gave us a lot of energy, a lot of momentum, going in the game. So it really helped us throughout the game, because we always had that head up from the start. So yeah, it was pretty big.
A mix of other scores drew points on the board, including one from an onside kick recovery that would set up the Ravens for another touchdown, putting the team up 27-0 at the half. After the break, Allison continued to showcase dominance on both sides of the ball.
It was great. We had good energy. Everyone was swarming to the ball. Couldn't ask for anything better. Film room all week, studying, know what play they do out of every formation. Just be ready.
They would rack up a final score of 43-0 and take home the victory.
We just give 100% effort, and no matter how small we are, we come out with 100% effort, and it doesn't matter how big they are.
You take that momentum and you look at the good things we did, and we try and just keep doing those. And these guys are great at doing that. And again, they do everything we ask them to do, in the classroom, on the field, at practice, and I think the pressure's on.
Back in Fairbanks, the West Valley Wolfpack took on the West Anchorage Eagles for their season opener. Eagles quarterback Sean Duffy ended up leading his team to a 45-15 win over West Valley. And around the state, North Pole played Ketchikan and walked away with a 54-8 win.
And football players aren't the only high school athletes lacing up their shoes for the fall season. Cross-country runners hit the trails for an early scheduled tune-up this morning. The West Valley Invite kicked off from UAF at the West Ridge, spanning a total of around 3 miles. Racers from Lathrop, North Pole, Eielson, West Valley, and Monroe Catholic competed as unattached racers without recorded times. But it will all count next weekend when those same schools gear up to cross the finish line first at an all-schools varsity meet on Friday at Chino Lakes in North Pole. And in motorsports, that is, a car crash is something to be avoided at all costs. But earlier today, it was just part of the excitement. Take a look at this. The 11th annual Demolition Derby at the Mitchell Raceway had several classes of cars and trucks colliding this morning. The goal was simple: remain the last competitor standing out of a field of around 10. The incentive for this survival of the fittest battle royale was a $10,000 purse. Kids who came to watch were also treated to a giveaway of 50 bikes. Fred Sayer came out on top in this year's Derby in the truck division. His vehicle was somewhat mangled by the end, but he'll be walking away with the biggest cut of the check. And that about brings us to the buzzer for sports tonight. We'll be back here with your full weather forecast coming up next. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next weekend.